This is going to be the Frost Lord Ahune as a few different characters. So, like the Crown Chemical Co., this is one of those holiday event bosses. So, queue up for it, do a super quick little event. This one happens to take place in the slave pens. And get a chance at some sort of time-locked loot and stuff. I had done this before years ago, didn't remember really anything at all about it, so this was my first time seeing this in years. Just like the Crown Chemical Co., it's tuned pretty easy, although there is some danger if you really do the wrong thing over and over. Like, it's possible to die during this fight. It's unlikely, but it's possible. So Scarthus the Summoner is here first. Oh, right, and you get a wide variety of levels of characters in this dungeon. Oh, right, and this character is 120 right now. Don't pay attention to that. It's fine. After this run, I started running her as Brewmaster, since I know how to do that now. And it's so quick and easy. It's no problem to do. No one's doing anything. Druids, this was the first day of the holiday, so people were maybe figuring out or remembering what to do. On this ice, if you run around, you can slip and fall. Sometimes. It just sort of stops you in place for a few seconds. Alright, that's Ahune. He just kind of sits there and summons extra dudes to fight and has a 90% damage reduction shield up until several waves of dudes are fought off. So the wrong way to do this fight is to charge in and attack Ahune directly during this whole gauntlet thing going on. If you do that, he'll deal heavy damage and push you back to pretty far away from him. I have seen some people not learn their lesson and just do that over and over. But anyway, sit here and deal with the cold weaves and stuff for a little while, and his shield will go down and he'll become attackable. A warrior got pushed back and knocked all the way down into the water. Whoops! Again, yeah, first day of the event here, so a lot of people were learning, or yeah, okay, so that's what you experience if you do that. A lot of people were learning or remembering at this point. Now that it's a few days into the event, everybody pretty much knows what to do here. Pretty much. It says at the beginning, dungeon difficulty set to event. I feel like that is a difficulty that Ahune treats. His defenses diminish, right? So now he gets replaced by Frozen Core, and that takes a lot more damage. It's pretty quick to kill. I feel like dungeon difficulty set to event is perhaps a difficulty lower than normal. Like, normal difficulty is normal difficulty, but event feels even easier than that. Never seen a single death on this this encounter. With heavy enough damage, he could certainly be killed before he resurfaces. But the conventional way is to wait for him to turn into the Frozen Core so he becomes more vulnerable. Right, so first time of the year, each character does this. You get the Shards of Ahune, turn them in, and that chains onto other holiday quests and stuff.
How may I aid?
So yeah, that's the whole thing. Somebody's throwing snowballs at me. You get a tabard and some burning blossoms, which are holiday currency.
We shall.
So, let's do that on another character. Who did I choose next? Right, so Ishlura, my Tauren warrior, who I don't play all that much. During holidays, she gets a chance to play protection, and again, now that I know how to do that, it feels perfectly comfortable and natural. Even if she and Farron might not have a great set of tank gear, they can do it, and it feels fine for event difficulty at the very least. They'd probably also both be fine at just their current normal difficulty of dungeons. But I'm not quite there in my procedure yet. Oh, but I didn't quite have her talents set up the way that I like them, the way that like Jarzak has his. I'll discover as this fight goes on. Right, so don't do that. Walk in and attack directly is not the way. So I just sort of stay back here and throw my weapon at things. Tank in this area. Hunter's misdirecting to me, so that's nice. Stormbolt, that's an ability Jarzak, I think, might not have yet. It's a ranged stun. It's pretty nice. It's a talent I opt into, but one that I always like to have. So right, in addition to being knocked up in the air like that... Oh right, at this point I wasn't sure if I needed to keep threat on Ahune himself. I don't. He doesn't seem to have a threat to... I don't think he even does anything other than summon underlings? I might be wrong about that. Anyway, yeah, so, just killing the spots. Right, yeah, so in addition to the knockback from getting close to him, there are also circles in the ground that bring up ice spikes. There's one. Move slightly to not get knocked way up and take a bunch of fall damage. That's all you gotta do. It's a very simple fight. The whole waiting until his shield goes down is not the most obvious thing in the world. So I just saw a pet die, and another pet having just faded away. Turns out that pets don't really understand this encounter, so I'll show a hunter and a warlock right after this. A warlock I haven't actually shown anywhere else yet. Haven't had a good enough run where anything worthwhile happens, but I'll show him here. Alright, his defenses diminish. At level 90 I'm not contributing all that much to this, so I'm hoping the 120s will be able to take him down quicker. Because even with the scaling, it does make a huge difference to be level 120 and geared accordingly. Like, they just do so much more damage than anybody else who's still leveling. Alright, and this is what it's going to look like to be a warrior when Jarzak gets retired soon. Okay, so, got a Demonology Warlock here. I won't have time to go over his abilities really, but this is Silthir, he's my Warlock. This is what he looks like, this is what he does. Got a Felguard pet. Yeah, so watch Vinnick Shock here during this encounter and see how he does. So yeah, he goes in and attacks Ahune, and he doesn't know to keep his distance. I think I have a button where I could position him, but I haven't really had an occasion to use that on other encounters. So I didn't know which key to press and which ability down there does what. I should learn that at some point to play pet classes better. But I kind of just have to let my demon die and resummon him a couple of times during this, I think. Where is that demon? He's... okay, so he's charging in. He probably just got knocked back. Maybe not. I don't know, it's hard to tell. He kind of just does his own thing to some extent. So yeah, Warlock, very much about standing in one place and hard-casting things, even more so than, say, a Fire Mage. Taking moments in between casts of spells, when the rare time I have an instant cast that I can do... your pet is dead, yeah, he sure is. Is what it's about for Warlock mobility, and also Soul Shard management. I'll talk about Demonology Warlock in more detail at some points. It's fun. I enjoy it a lot. It's quite a cool class to play. Yeah, but the movement requirements do matter for stuff like that. When a ground effect appears right under me, if I'm right in the middle of a Shadow Bolt cast, I can't move until that finishes without interrupting it. So I better hope that it'll finish before the thing goes off, or else I'll have to interrupt and lose some damage and soul shards and stuff. Anyway, so that's Silthir the Demonology Warlock. Let's see Birak, my Beast Mastery Hunter, who I think I only showed once. So other pet class. Yeah, we haven't seen this guy in quite a while, since like Shadowfang Keep or something? Anyway, I'm still playing him. He's there. He's one of my least notable characters, but, you know, he's someone I play. I have a lot of buttons that I guess I won't talk about at this moment. But I have my cat pet there. He's going to do the same thing as the demon, and run in and get knocked back a whole bunch. I can cast Mend Pet to try to stave off his death, but it doesn't really keep up with the damage that gets done to him. Yeah, so he just lost 3/4 of his health bar. I see that this healer, whoever it is, did target my cat with a healing spell. So whoever's healing here is very on the ball. Like, when I'm healing, I usually don't pay much attention to pets. Maybe I should? I don't know. But this particular one did. Okay, so I just saw a Unholy Death Knight pet targeted and get killed. So yeah, the only real threat on this boss is if you do the very wrong thing, and pets always do the very wrong thing. So I brought back my cat. He's gonna just die again. I have Exhilaration and Mend Pet for healing him, and theoretically Feed Pet, but I don't keep pet food on me. Another thing I could do better as a hunter, but I don't know. I feel like I barely play this character. That's not something I've bothered with yet. Beast Mastery's fine. It's effective. I still don't enjoy it all that much. Like, there are a lot of other classes I'd rather play. Every once in a while I do have fun with it, but, you know, it's just not really my style. I do it just to have a hunter coming along because I want to know all the classes. Wait a second, 9 minutes left on Temporal Displacement. Somebody used Time Warp way too early without knowing that you want to save your Bloodlust for the end of this encounter. Anyway, yeah, so I'm trying to run through this on several characters each day. Just to get the rewards and stuff. It's pretty quick, so not too hard to do. Alright, I'll see you next time.